Halloween movie review. Let's get it. What is good? It's Ramen On Wheels, aka the Mobile. And I'm doing a Halloween movie review of the Adam Sandler movie Hubie Halloween. What's good, everybody? I gotta make a quick run, so while I do that, let's talk about this movie. First off, if you haven't seen it, I gotta tell you, spoiler alert! I will be dropping a few spoilers. I'm not trying to tell you details of the movie, but I am trying to give you a frame of the movie, an idea of what the movie is about and stuff. So, Hubie Halloween is a movie written and directed and acted by Adam Sandler. So, it could go either way, because you could get an Adam Sandler movie like 50 First Dates, or you can get one like Jack and Jill. You get one like Click, or you can get one like Cobbler. You can get one like Murder Mystery, or you can get one like Waterboy. You just never know with him what you're gonna get. Life's like a box of chocolates. Anyway, in this movie review, first off, when watching this movie, you have to suspend your disbelief, period. You just have to. It's a lot of his movies you got to do that. You just got to suspend your belief about, physics and how people act in the real world. And it's just, you got to. A lot of his movies, you got to just be like, I get it. This is a fictional world. Hold on, I got to go. Well, no, I'll just sit there and, talk and do my movie review and stuff. Okay, hold on, let me put this on. Put this up. Okay, she bet. Okay, so with this movie, Adam Sandler plays the character Hubie. Hubie is basically the town idiot, right? In my perspective, though, from my perspective, something is wrong with this town, not so much Hubie. Hubie got his issues, but something is wrong with the people in this town. Not Huey, but the people in this town are kookaloo. But back to the story. Huey plays the town idiot, and I wouldn't even say town idiot. I think he's like he's got nothing better to do with his life, so he gets into everybody else's business. He's that kind. Self-proclaimed town patrolman, town cop, town da. He sees something, he goes to the police like, hey, I seen them do this. Hey, I seen them do that.
Somebody put a firecracker in my mail slot. There's a diaper in the middle of Doris Pond. There's a weird station wagon at the senior center. The supermarket selling expired bacon. Janet at the library has not been herself lately. I heard a voice in the sewer. I'm sorry, I didn't recognize him.
He's that kind of guy. He says he lives at home with his mom. Okay. Doesn't have a car. He rides a bike. There's a girl in the movie, his love interest, who is kind of like, I'm feeling Huey so much. And I'm just like, really? Really? He lives with his mom. He has a job. He rides a bicycle. What is it that you're attracted to? He's not he's not a pretty boy. So what is it? He's not a genius. He's not super smart. He has this funny-esque moments. But his funny moments isn't him trying to be funny. He's just being serious, but it comes off as funny.
I just want to tell you that I have been in love with you since second grade.
What? I've been in love with you since the first grade.
But I'm just like, are you serious? I don't believe this relationship, but whatever, right? Another thing I don't believe, this is not, I'll finish the movie. Well, anyway, the movie starts off with Huey, patrolling the town, telling the cops, yo, I think people are, oh my gosh, he is patrolling the town, seeing it's Halloween time coming up, so he know kids are gonna come out egging houses, TPing people. So he's like on patrol, telling the cops, "Hey, I think these kids are up to no good. These kids are up to no good." Da 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 da. So, but the police guy, which is played by Kevin James, is kind of like, "Whatever, Huey, go away." I'm trying to figure out the budget on this movie because the budget seemed pretty high, but Kevin James's wig seems like a wig. That's beside the point. Anyway, I'm losing track. So apparently there's this guy that the primary base of the story is that there's this guy who escaped from a mental institution, not a prison, but a mental institution, and he escaped. And now he's on the loose. He went back to the town, and people start coming up missing in the town.
Michael Mundi. Listen, I am a fan of his Halloween singers as much as the next guy, but... What do you think? Michael?
So they don't know what's going on, who's done it. The guy who put him away, the cop who put him away, was Kevin James. He put him away and he figured, oh, the guy is back in town to try to, get revenge on me. So weird things start happening in the town, like a pig dies, a pig is slaughtered, kids come up missing. No, not just kids, people come up missing. Like 3 or 4 people come up missing. Actually, if you think about it, that's the only weird thing that's happened. Pig come up slaughtered, 4 people go missing in one night, and then are they really missing if it's just one night? You don't know. They could be at the movie somewhere, they could went out of town, you don't know. So they're saying they come up missing, but it's only been one night. His love interest follows them through the whole story. They meet here, they meet there, they're doing this tango dance. It's like he's like, I really like her, but he's never said anything to her, and she's like, I really like you, but I've never said anything to you since high school. They've been knowing each other since high school. Matter of fact, they said since like the 1st grade, they've liked each other, but have never said anything to each other. Apparently, they weren't friends in high school either. So it's just like, okay. So his love interest, what's throwing me off about his love interest? Not so much the one of the things, the fact that she loves him from some odd reason. They're not friends. They don't hang out. He don't really have much going for him. He's not the best looking. I don't know what she sees. Apparently she's a waitress, right? This is her character. She's a waitress at a diner. She has a son, a biological son, and then she adopted 2 more kids, right? As her own kids, right? They live in this 2-story, big old beautiful house, easily valued between anywhere, depending on what state you live in, $400,000 up to $800,000 house. They live in that type of house, that type of neighborhood. But she is a waitress with 3 kids, a single mother waitress with 3 kids. How is she affording any of that? I'm just trying to figure it out. But whatever, bypass all that, because she ain't making no more than like, waiters get paid by tips, right? They make like $3 an hour, and then the rest of the money is paid by tips. So I'm just trying to figure out. I'm digging into too much parts of the story. That's why I say you gotta suspend your disbelief. But whatever. So people come up with missing. Now the people who come up missing in the story are people who are real buttheads towards Huey, not anybody else, just towards Huey. But be honest, there weren't any. I'm saying they were real buttheads towards Huey, but if you're being honest, everyone in the town is buttheads towards Huey.
59? Yep. Right here, Puby. Give me a half pound of roast beef. If you like that one, eat it, Huey with an H. Not anymore.
Huey. I'm like, he's riding down the street and people are like throwing things at him. Initially it was just like eggs or whatever, but it turned into stuff like bathtubs and like refrigerators. Like, how is this possible? People are throwing big clunky things at him, and it's just like, do you want him dead? Why does everyone have such hatred for this man? It makes no sense. But everyone in this town is trash, pretty much, except the waitress lady, his mom, and in the movie he had a new neighbor. A neighbor moved in next door. Just those 3 people weren't trash. Everyone else was trash. This is my first movie review, so it's all over the place. In the end, I'm skip to the end because I don't know where this is going. In the end, I'm doing it. It's not going to be cohesive because I want you to watch the movie and be like, I don't know anything she's saying. I don't want it to be like where everything I'm saying, like, oh, what I'm saying word for word is happening in the movie. That way, when you watch it, it still feels fresh if you haven't watched it. But in the end, so the crazy guy, if you haven't guessed it, the crazy guy who broke out of prison is his new neighbor. His new neighbor displaying characteristics of that of a werewolf. He's like, yo, if you hear strange noises at my house, don't come in. He's howling. He's doing weird things to make you think he's a werewolf. He's not a werewolf. Spoiler alert. He's just a crazy guy. And so Adam Sandler is searching the entire town on Halloween night because there's a festival going on, looking for his new neighbor, aka werewolf, aka crazy asylum guy, thinking he's kidnapping people. In the end, you find out. I won't spoil the ending. You find out it's not him. It's someone he knows, someone that you probably could predict who it was at like halfway through the movie who was doing it. But they were taking these people because these people were mean to Adam Sandler, or mean to Huey. So they were trying to protect him. But I'm like, if that's the case, you need to just burn down the whole town because they weren't the only ones that's ugly to him. Anyway, if I had to tell you to watch this movie or not watch this movie, I would say, hey, if you got nothing better to do, it's on Netflix. Just put it on as background noise. It's not terrible. There's a few moments in there that you'll be like, that's kind of funny. And then there's some moments like, what is this? But some people might enjoy it, some people are not. It's definitely on the lower end of his movies, but it's not Jack and Jill quality. It's better than Jack and Jill, but it's not as good as, I'm trying to think of another one of his comedies. It's not as good as one of his funny movies. It's not as good as one of those. So it's one of those things that's like, it's one of those things like it's like right after the 90s, his movies became like before in the 90s, it's like, okay, let's see out the new Adam Sandler movies. Let's go see the new and then once the 90s ended, it was like, nope. But yeah, that's the end of this movie review. Thank you for watching Ramen On Wheels, aka the Mobile. And I'll see you guys next time. Deuces. Now I gotta sit here for like 15 seconds because the outro is like 15 seconds. Me just sitting around doing nothing. Sitting around doing nothing. Yeah, sitting around doing nothing. Ha, sitting around doing nothing. Wow.